Yo, this Heru the First Son. Walk with me, y'all. Check out my new audiobook, Cell Therapy, My Time on Rikers Island. Available on HeruTheFirstSon.com. It's my journal, my real-time thoughts when I was doing my bid on Rikers Island. No cap, no filter. If you want to check out a snippet, there's a link at the bottom of the homepage. Take you right to it. Yo, check me out, y'all. The realness. Peace.
Can I say another one?
Yo, I want to talk to y'all about something. I'm talking to you niggas about niggas being fucking cowards and shit. Now I know a lot of gangster niggas be like, fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
We kill each other, nigga. They're not the niggas oppressing us.
Right.
So I say, man, the guns.
Right. The guns, nigga. Let's go. Heru in the house. What's good, y'all?
Yo, what's going on?
Yeah, welcome to the Father, the Son, and the Trolley Ghost. How y'all doing?
What's going on? It's Nyriq, man. We're just chilling today. Got something in store for y'all. Go ahead and talk to him, Pops.
Yeah, today the subject we're gonna talk about. Actually, we're gonna get into. Hey guys, I wrote a book, right? It's called Dark Truths, and we're gonna get into one of the chapters. First of all, the book is like Dark Truths, and I wrote it under my pen name Heru the First Son. So the Dark Truths it's like a socio-political commentary. Really, it's just me, talking about how I see a lot of things in the world, and so it's broken up into chapters and subjects. So, a chapter we're gonna explore, and it is chapter 7 is called "What's Wrong with Black Americans," right? And so we're gonna talk about that chapter. And just as an aside, the book isn't really centered solely on race relations per se. That's just with that chapter, but or it touches, the concept touches on these chapters. Certain subjects in certain chapters touch on race relations rather, but yeah, the book is kind of more. I titled it Dark Truths because I used this concept of the metaphor of the light and the dark, and then I apply it to a bunch of different situations. But what the light and the dark, how the metaphor works throughout the book is, the light is, because we visual creatures. The light, we like the light. We like to be able to see. You know what I'm saying? We like to be able to see everything that's going on around us. But in truth, light actually creates a lot of optical illusions. And so, in the dark, we get scared because you can't see. But everything that you are sensing in the dark is a bit more real and certain, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I use that metaphor throughout the book. So yeah, just kind of an overview so that you understand the chapter, or viewers would understand the chapter or whatever that we talking about here. So
It's a good metaphor.
Yeah, man, because there'll be a lot going on in the dark, and people who are afraid of the dark now, they don't want to believe it, or they don't want to listen because they're too busy having an emotional reaction to something, a truth, because it's ugly. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, and this chapter touches on this, but it's kind of like what I've been saying in the podcast a lot about black people being the only people on the planet Earth that are not racist. You know what I'm saying? That don't practice racism because, and in the light, they make you believe it's just terrible. You know what I'm saying? When that's how everybody's operate. That's just how people operate. You know, they put the people closest to them first. You know what I'm saying? And that starts with family. And your family is just gonna happen to be the same race as you, so it's really quite logical that a certain amount of prejudice in people would be the outcome. Yes, I'm gonna look out for mine first.
Yeah. I'm more related to these people with the same skin tone than the others, you know.
But even when I look at black families, sometimes I'm like, damn, y'all niggas don't even put each other first here, much less in the community. So, this shit about to take me off onto a different tangent. Yeah, it take me off onto a deeper tangent about the problem with the feminism and how it impacts families and family support for boys and the children of boys. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of taking us away from our purpose today. But that's very important, and I don't know if I really touched all the way on that on camera yet. So yeah, we'll have to get to that.
Might have just came up with a whole nother. Just like that, you know.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm gonna give kind of an overview, and I'm gonna ask you kind of like what you thought of it. But what's wrong with Black Americans? So some years ago, I just read the intro a little bit because it kind of says everything I was about to say right here. Yeah. I said, some years ago, when I was between 18 and 21 years old, I developed a theory for a condition that I felt was afflicting Black Americans today as a result of our collective experiences with white people in America. I called it the battered woman syndrome. Later in life, I heard the same syndrome described in the mainstream. It goes by a different name, and it is applied to a different scenario, at least on its face. It is also applied individually as opposed to in the collective manner in which I applied battered woman syndrome. But I recognize that it is the same syndrome nonetheless. It is called Stockholm Syndrome. So, Stockholm Syndrome refers to a condition that afflicts people psychologically who are caught in a hostage situation for an extended length of time. The captive's fear of his or her captor's wrath will often cause a hostage to focus intensely on pleasing their captor in order to avoid arousing the captor's anger. This is a defense mechanism. If the situation persists for a long enough period of time, the hostage can become so in tune with the preferences and proclivities of his or her captor that he or she begins to identify with his or her captor. This identification can become so strong that the captive becomes an ally to the captor more so than to those who would rescue the hostage. And sometimes captives will even resist rescue. So that is in a nutshell what the chapter is kind of about, and I flesh out that concept throughout the chapter with proofs and so on. So what did you think about it?
Yeah, I think it described a good amount of what I would say I've observed in our community currently. You know, I'll wait till we get into an example to touch on it more, but you know, I've been in a lot of in and out abusive situations, watching like my mom and shit. So, you know, I've seen it on an individual level, you know, and then to be able to just observe how we interact with each other as a community. This is an easy parallel, you know what I'm saying? I think it was spot on.
Yeah, you know, the key thing about it that really sabotages us as a people is this this love affair that we have with our oppressors and their system and their way of life and their ideologies. Um, and that's something that you can't duck responsibility or accountability for. It doesn't matter what these niggas done did to you. All of that crying really don't mean shit if you prefer their way of life. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be like them, if you laud and praise them and hold them above you and yourself, then how are they wrong? You validate and justify your own oppression right there and then. And they have succeeded in, according to what we've been told, they've succeeded in making us, that the mental slavery part, emancipate you. Like people fucking, that's why I can't stand niggas, man. Because they just love to say wise shit, but they don't have no understanding of what the fuck what you saying even means. Like, you know what I'm saying? Free your mind. Okay, you watch The Matrix, nigga. Whoop de fucking do. Like, what you mean when you say you so free it from what? Right, these niggas be these bitches, man. These niggas, all these niggas and bitches out here. You always fucking mishandling and misusing ancient wisdom and God's word and all the rest of this shit. You know what I'm saying? All the ancients, the words and techniques and concepts of the ancient, and you using all this shit to maleficent and nefarious means and shit. You like the fuck is you talking about, man, when you say this, man? Stop playing with me, man.
Right.
Like, free your mind. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I can tell you what I'm talking about when I say this shit. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You better talk. Free your mind from the patriarchy, bitch.
I was about to say, everybody start talking about aliens. You
know what I'm saying? Right, aliens, patriarch, who the fuck? And then, okay, what's your premise? Okay, I ain't opposed to listening to see if you want some different shit, cause life is bizarre sometimes. I hear some shit out now, but nigga, you ain't making no sense. Like, you ain't making no fucking sense. And I was talking to somebody the other day, right? I'm like, the shit that confused me with niggas, right, is how you let your emotions, especially bitches, right? Like, how you let your emotions make you stupid for like an extended period of time. Like I don't get that shit. Cause for me, I'm like, once I see for a little while that some shit I'm doing ain't working, I'm finna change it, and it don't matter how I feel about it. Like, even if it means I gotta say, okay, the first time I did it wrong. Right? like that's like being a scientist and you running an experiment under certain conditions, and what you trying to get, it just not working, right? And you just keep doing it the same way because you fucking mad that you want it to work this way. You's a stupid motherfucker. Like, how you sit there and do that? Like, I don't know how bitches do that shit, but that's what bitches is great for that shit. You just sit in a damn problem being the same stupid bitch for forever. Doing the same stupid shit, saying the same dumbass shit that's been getting you stupid ass results your whole life. Been getting your ass beat with every nigga you ever been with, and you keep doing it, and you keep saying that shit to niggas. You keep dealing with niggas that way. Like, you ever wonder why? Because I had to think about it. You ever, and people know this, people will corroborate this. Why a motherfucker go from one abusive relation to another? It's like, why? It's kind of a statistic. It's like women who kind of have abusive relationships, they end up next abusive, in another abusive relationship, and another abusive relationship.
I watched it.
Okay, so you watched it, right? Oh, exactly, right. So maybe it's not the guy. Maybe every guy she ever met wasn't an abuser. Maybe it was you. Maybe you bring the worst out of these motherfuckers.
It's always
Like,
that chance.
because that actually is more likely than the other thing that just every person you ever met was a monster. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm
You had
sorry.
nothing to do.
Right, like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, so,
like that's crazy.
right. But you know, the funny thing is, the Stockholm, the way that shit takes hold in us is it's like this coiled negative feedback loop of just
Feedback loop.
you know what I'm saying, just blame and shit just being placed in the wrong places, and then because when you got the Stockholm, when I what I notice with my people with this Stockholm syndrome is that we don't blame ourselves for the shit that we should blame ourselves for, and then we don't blame them for the shit we should blame them for. You understand what I'm saying?
It's almost like it's inverted.
It's
you
like
place the blame in the wrong areas.
yeah, we place the blame in the wrong areas. It's like, so we don't hold them accountable for, like, the one of the great examples that I use in this shit was like the crack epidemic, right? Because when I was kind of coming up, you know, probably about the time that I was like 18, 19, 20, I was still in my mom's crib. And I remember like seeing the news, it come out on the news or some public somewhere for the first time I had ever seen it, that, you know, the CIA was involved in starting the crack epidemic. If not the source and the original source and reason for the whole shit, the source code, the recipe, everything. You know what I'm saying?
War with Reagan,
Because of
communists.
the Iran Contra scandal, Oliver North shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember growing up and seeing all of that shit on TV, right? Not knowing what the fuck this shit was about.
It's funny because they got, if you watch the BMF show, you know, like they got it in there too, you know, where they just blatantly
Right.
admit, you know.
Right.
It's just funny.
So it was crazy because when that shit first hit, you know, this was like really close. This was on the tail end of the actual epidemic, right? This was like 2000, something like that, 99, 2000, 2000, something like that, right? When I seen this shit for the first time ever, and I'm like, oh yeah, we about to get busy. Like, this is big news. Like, we need to free the brothers and all this shit. Man, black people just went on with life like it was just every day, right? And so, look at what you seeing right now. These motherfuckers deporting motherfuckers according to the law, right? And motherfuckers out in the streets doing this and doing that. Now, mind you, our people ain't really that involved in this much, but this is the type of shit we do, right? One nigga get killed somewhere, right, by police, and, you know, we get on the trend and it's stylish and we go tear up the city for a minute and then go back to work the next day or the day after, right? That's what we do, right? And that's just for some nigga that died, and, you know, then then it start coming out that maybe this is this and that, like the George Floyd shit. Now, you know, motherfuckers start wondering, was this a whole psyop and all this shit? Because this is how they control your dumb ass, right? Because you, without being stupid motherfuckers, everybody thinking they smart and their opinion matters like you got a brain. You don't even know what to go outside for. And nor what to say when you get out there. No justice, no peace. The fuck does that mean? What are we out here for? What do we want? What are you looking for? In specific, you want a fucking punk cop to get convicted by the system that sicked him on you. What? Why is he alive if we this mad about it? First of all, and then fuck is you doing all of this for that? You know what I'm saying? What we all out here for that for? That's one nigga. And then nobody's outside for a crack epidemic that took thousands or more
on the dealer and on
destroyed lives and just ravaged our fucking community, and we got the blame for that shit. And you see,
bloodlines destroyed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And nobody's outside for that, saying let every nigga go right now or we gonna tear this shit up. Let my fucking uncle go. Let my brothers go. Let my father go. Right? Because y'all set them up. And you admitted it in public. And you still holding these men. The fuck? Like, I be ashamed to be part of niggas sometimes a little bit in their current state today. Like, I love being black. You know what I'm saying? But you niggas is fucking disgraceful. Like, what are you doing? Like, how you let that go and nobody, and then it's on BMF and this shit is fucking pop culture
it's
now.
The
fuck
BMF.
is the fuck, like, you niggas, we saw this story on fucking Snowfall. We said this shit is a movie script now, my nigga.
It's a trivia
and this was our fucking nigga, I watched what that shit was doing to people. You know what I'm saying? I watched how niggas was wilding over that shit. Niggas was murdered, and that's our fault, right? For even being thirsty fucking animals like that. But again, no leadership. The elders, fathers not there. Women turning on their fucking husbands because he's being selfish. And he's a bunch of boys with no fucking manhood model other than aggression. Pure, unfocused, unfiltered, unrefined aggression. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a bunch of bitches running around raising kids on that same principle. This unthought, unthinking, I deserve everything, aggression. Like, bitch, somebody will kill you out here. Like, boy, girl, it don't matter what you are. You can't operate like that. You can't be out here for only what you can get and not about nothing you can give. Nobody can. Nothing can't operate like that. Life is gonna extract what it's owed from your ass one way or another.
You gotta pay your dues, man. Reciprocity.
Yeah. You run around with pure aggression and no muscle. How you looking? What's your chances of survival on planet Earth? I'm just saying, like, this is shit fathers teach motherfuckers, not mothers, because mothers run around, you know what I'm saying? Especially women who don't have no foundation of discipline in some way, shape, or form in their life, and that is represented in it's going to come from a man. It's directly or indirectly. A lot of you bitches laud and praise yourself for getting through school and careers. Systems created by men that gave you discipline to be something more than a bum ass bitch. Okay? That's what men do. We create order and discipline, and that's our thing, and that's not something any of you can deny. So when you start waging war on men, and then on top of that, you start looking like Lizzo at the same time as you waging this war on men, you kind of telling on yourself. All you saying is you don't want no discipline. You don't want to be nothing but a fucking, what? Blob. Like, a nigga can't even tell you, yo, you need to tighten up your body without you having a goddamn fit. Like, discipline. And then that goes down to the kids, because this shit ain't really even about y'all today. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit, this whole syndrome, a lot of it do go back to the ladies, because it be the ladies that be most in love with wealth, luxury, and comfort. And it's the ladies that be most against open warfare, because they know what it means for them. And black men and black women, from the day we met these people, wherever we were, wherever we came from, wherever we encountered them, whether we were fucking, Yamasi and Calusa, and or whether we were Cherokee, or whether we was fucking Taino, whether we was Arawak, whether we was fucking African, Ghanaian, Yoruba, wherever we encountered these people, right? And had the black women and the black men had an argument about how to deal with them, especially in the United States. I can't even talk so much about Africa or other places, but especially here. And the argument was, the man is ready to wreck shop. And the woman's like, no, baby, I don't want you to get her. I want you to come home. I want our sons to come home. Do what he says, and let's get through it, right? And that's been an argument we've been having for the longest time. And in the beginning, our women were sincere about it. That was really what they really wanted us to come home. They really didn't want to see us die. They didn't want to see what happened to that last buck that buck, when they tar and feathered that nigga, or when Massa, fucking did some gay shit to this nigga in front of everybody, or whatever the fuck, right? I don't want to see that shit happen to you. So it was authentic in the beginning. But what happened over time, though, is that, and this is why, there's certain arenas where women, as much as they hate hearing this, you have to shut the fuck up. And war is one of them, right? You have no place in the war room. You know what I'm saying? So when men are trying to figure out that we gonna buck, there don't need to be no bitches around when that's happening. Because what happens now is, when you start telling niggas no and they start listening to your stupid ass, right? We start giving up our honor. And with that goes our manhood, right? So over time now, this nigga keep disrespecting us, and we keep taking it, and you keep watching it and telling us, no, don't do nothing. Meanwhile, he's raping you, but he's also goddamn giving you money and letting you live good, because he's sweet on you now. And you kind of sweet on him. And you've been watching your man take this bullshit for so long, you kind of, this nigga ain't shit. And this shit just grows over time. You know what I'm saying? That's what I truly believe is what has, because they already talk about the Willie Lynch, you know what I'm saying, and how, I don't know how much you know about that, the science behind the Willie Lynch syndrome.
I heard of it. I can't say like I remember exactly what it was, but it was like no, I think I'm thinking about something else. It was supposed to be like insane.
Damn, you never learned about Willie Lynch? Damn, you ain't even learned Black People 101 yet, man. That's crazy.
I heard the term before, but I can't say I remember, exactly.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. Shit, it's not a shot. This is what happens when, what I tell you. Shit, I was already almost thinking like, damn, Maybe you need to do a show on your insights on your recent experiences.
Yeah.
But nah, I'm just saying that's what happened. Yeah, like when I was telling you like certain shit that got pulled on you. You know what I'm saying? Shit that got pulled on me by the law. That if my daddy was around, that shit he already knew. If I was around, he could have told me or stopped that shit from happening. And then like this is how those broken chains, because y'all don't experience, like the women don't experience what we experience, right? And the
Not even the
pitfalls and
slightest.
the challenges of womanhood is not the same challenges of manhood, right? So this bitch over here playing with her ego, not letting you be around your excuse me, I'm sorry. Whew. Be around be around your father, right? And so this nigga, and then you 9 times out of 10 is kind of sort of the same type of nigga as your father, right? So you going, and then one thing I learned in my life is a lot of the time, like it's not just, you don't just get your physical traits or your personality from your parents, and especially your father. Sometimes you get like life patterns, life energies, right? And a lot of your lessons are going to be something either your father had to deal with or something that builds on something he's dealt with already, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're not able to motherfucking disseminate your fucking knowledge to your kids so that your fucking lineage can advance.
So everybody's
And
caught in
then
the same karmic cycle over and over.
right, and then
Generation.
the right, and the women just don't fucking care. And they don't have those lessons, and they don't know, and they're not even equipped or designed to be the one disseminating that shit. It's the men who set the family culture.
The tradition.
Right. That's why when you see these ladies now, right? Because men, when they set family cultures, right, they, I don't know how to describe it, but it just be principle based. It be like me telling you, like, what are you about? Me asking you that question, right?
Right.
The only reason you don't really have an answer to that question is because you was fatherless. You know what I'm saying? So you was living with, like, she wasn't teaching you nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens with most of these ladies. They not teaching y'all nothing. And I noticed that. They don't have anything beyond basic civil, how to live in a civil society to teach a child. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that. They'll teach you, how, eat like you're civilized, how to use the bathroom, how to, you know what I'm saying, say yes, no, thank you, please, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, basic functioning tools that you need to operate in the world. But then, what do they do? What trade did you pick up, or philosophy did you get from your mom's? What direction did she send you in life?
School. That was
Right,
the most,
into the
that
belly
was-
of the beast, into the system.
that
Let
was the
some other
biggest
people.
direction.
There you go, and that's what
Go to
every
school.
kid.
Go to
That's
school.
go to college, get a degree.
Go to college.
What does that mean?
So you can
What is our
develop
family
mind.
about? What is our family about? That doesn't have any.
We're about going to school.
So right there, if you really look right and you look past just the programmings that you got, you're gonna see that's nowhere. That's sending you into the hands of the enemy is what they doing. And letting you be used as a tool against your own motherfucking self. All right, see ya.
Anything you say can be used against you. Starts at school.
They start building a record on you right there and then. Right? That's what they say, right? That's what they do, right? Then they classify you as ADHD or special, you know, whatever they do, special ed in New York, or, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
whatever
when
here.
you're small, they use the medicine. They use health classifications when you're small.
Put you on program, you know, all that Dr. Umar shit that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Because it's true. The nigga knew before y'all, you know, before everybody, or, you know, they think he a clown. He kind of doing that now, but before that, he had did his knowledge on that shit. he was 100% on point. He was 100% on point with his observations about the education, especially how they do the boys, right? So, and it's still happening right now. Again, one of those things. Everybody finds out about these things, and it's like,
but
well, we was talking about last time, the eggs.
The eggs,
right.
Eggs, nothing.
So, you know, then some motherfucker, you know, morally questionable motherfucker, and not even that this means that this man shouldn't be defended by the people, but some morally questionable situation happens, a nigga get killed, right? Unjustly. And everybody is up in outrage. But again, chess, not checkers, right? You being manipulated. What are you out here for? What is gonna make our like you got to hit with surgical precision when you dealing in war? Like if we gonna goddamn mobilize and use resources and tear up your own shit, which is again a dumb strategic move. But if you gonna do all of that, what are you doing it for? The same old dumb shit, or you gonna do it in strategic? Like again, you fight these cops. What the fuck are you fighting the cops for? Cops are footmen. They're foot soldiers. You can't negotiate the end of a war with a foot soldier.
Nope.
So why is you bothering the cops? You need to be bothering the judges. Because it's the judges who sentence people, and they don't sentence cops. That's what the fucking problem is. They're not holding the cops accountable. So why in the fuck are you out here throwing bottles at cops? You stupid asshole. Go after the judges. Like, you're not thinking. And you're not thinking because you got a million programmers, and one of them is Stockholm Syndrome. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame yourself in the places you need to blame yourself, and you don't blame them in the places that they need to be blamed. How do you let these things slide? But then hold them accountable for really petty crime. You can't even get the...
If you was to speak on the George Floyd situation, you know, turns out he was a drug addict and whatnot. He was, you know, he wasn't really the best person to be mobilizing for.
All of that shit came up, right? And none of that shit invalidates that man's life. I'm saying that first and foremost, because I'm not saying it like that. But what I am saying is, if you motherfuckers had like a brain, like collectively, or had this at least enough intelligence to listen to somebody with intelligence and obey that motherfucker, keyword, right? Obey him so that a strategy could be born. What you will understand is that you have to pick your battles very fucking wisely. And unfortunately, George Floyd wasn't the best guy to come out in force majeure for. You know what I'm saying? It would have been better to come out over the fucking crack epidemic, dumb motherfuckers. Like, let's start somewhere that we can actually get some accountability, man. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, why would you let COVID just happen, right? A lot of you niggas right now are still wondering whether you dying or not, right? Why would you let that happen and just... go on with life. These niggas fucking extorted you. They told you if you don't take this unknown substance into your veins, we are gonna stop you from making any money and starve you out. That's what we gonna do. Cause you don't wanna take this drug that I got that you don't even understand what it is, right? And put it in your body without me explaining nothing much really about it other than, hey, everybody's got a really bad cold right now. Like, and then scared, and then everybody going to the hospitals and dying, and everybody's forgetting what happened during that time and acting like that shit didn't happen.
It was real casualties and shit, and people was really supposed to be held responsible. You know, niggas. If we was to do like a young YN news, you know, they just came out about the Epstein joint. Another situation where, for like the past 3 to 4 years, we was being told that there was a list. They gonna get it. Let us know who Epstein was. You know, who he was connected with. You know, supposedly Trump was on the list, and now all of a sudden the list doesn't exist. He was found to have committed suicide. Like, right. we should be out mobilizing maybe against that.
These niggas, yeah. And this goes beyond black people. This just goes how fucking stupid Americans are, and just how much we've fallen just all as a people, you know, putting even race aside. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, this shit starts to get bigger than, you know, I understand. Like, you gotta update. Racism is like 1.0. You gotta update your software now. They playing a bigger game. But, nigga, like, we all look. All of us, all these Americans know now, right? Almost for a fact, pretty much as a fact, that there's an elite child.
There's a ring.
There's an elite pedophile ring, and that these motherfuckers use adrenochrome and all, like, and then they'll be like, they keep it always kind of like questionable, right? But then something like Epstein happens, right? Which kind of confirms even further that there's something wild going on. And then you know, they find baby remains in the nunnery and all this weird shit, right? And this kind of confirms that there's something. And again, it's like, that's something that cuts across race, right? And there's nothing. Like, it's a joke on TikTok. Like, when you see motherfuckers, like, that's how far we go with it. It's not like we gonna shut shit down unless that shit is rooted out. Like, we not going for that. Like, the response ain't strong enough.
Right.
And the response don't be strong enough because there's no community. And there's no community because motherfuckers can't just get along, like, in their relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that is the outsized effect of setting the human women against human men. You know what I'm saying? Which is what feminism does, basically. You know what I'm saying? The version of it that we have right now, but with that shit, you know, again, how does that play into the fucking the Stockholm Syndrome? Is because at the end of the day, coming out of the 60s, right? Coming out of where we were in the 60s as a people, right?
Right.
Fresh out of segregation. Understand that part, because that part is key. So now black people had this newfound access to white people. A newfound level of access to white people. Coming out of the 60s, what the fuck do you think would make women, all black women, accept feministic ideology so easily and replace Afrocentric ideology with femnocentric ideology? Why do you think that could happen so easily?
Um, if I was to take a crack at it, selfish gain, mixed with, the, I would say, a creeping hate for, like, your partner, your spouse. Maybe that's not hitting on
could
what you're
be.
getting for.
Could be. No, I mean, it could be. But think about this. Maybe what's a better question is, why would black people, upon the option of integration, not the need for it, but the option arises, right? Before when we were in segregation, we had our own businesses and a whole bunch of things going on, our own communities that were thriving and doing well when they weren't being sabotaged outrightly and openly. Um, what would make black people just let all of that disintegrate just because there's an option of integration arises? That self-hate,
I don't know
brother, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I don't know what would make a people who was doing, you know what I'm saying, who was doing right.
We weren't
Had
suffering.
the option to go. Yeah. I know. I told you I've been coming across the information about the 60s and, how Jim Crow that we've been so taught about wasn't even really being enforced at the time. Niggas was just doing what they wanted to do. They didn't even care about going into a establishment that didn't want them there because they would just go to one that did.
That did. Right. And that was fine. I don't need to go to that club that they don't let us, or that they only let us in the back, because I go to the juke joint. Like, and that's how niggas was living. It wasn't a big deal like that. Like, okay, you don't want us around? All right. That's how most niggas, as I've come to understand, was dealing with that Jim Crow. There were instances, of course, of bullshit that happened. And then, of course, there was the lynchings when signals got crossed or when crackers got froggy, and niggas was dealing with that when it happened. But as far as, like, suffering under Jim Crow, I don't believe that was the case. And so, based on the information that I have about it, so that being said, what would make black people abandon prosperity in their own communities just because the option of integration? Why did all of that disintegrate? Where did all the black business go? I tell you where it went.
Stockholm.
There it went. White ice is colder. That mentality. You know what I'm saying?
The white pies is better.
Yeah, them white apple pies, they taste better. They hot. You know what I'm saying? It's just grass is greener on the other side type thinking, and all of that is Stockholm syndrome. Why would you not have more pride in your own shit than somebody else's shit? And then since then, all you seen is niggas selling out, right? Anytime something black rises, gets co-opted, and not by force, because niggas sell it.
Famous Amos was sold, yeah. Famous Amos
Not
was
by
sold.
force, sold. Niggas get their bread and sell it, and then don't think about. See, and a lot of this.
I think those black people that I think they won the beachfront. I forgot where it was. Either it was South Carolina or somewhere. I think they had won it in court. I think they sold it back to To the fucking...
To the motherfucker they wanted from, right? We did all that fighting just to get paid, just to get a bag.
Yeah, they
And,
was like,
you know,
we couldn't keep up with the maintenance. We wasn't going to be able to keep up with it. It made sense.
Yeah. So I know them white people, crackers, was like, hey, these dumbass, bum-ass niggas. Like, we knew you couldn't keep up with the maintenance. That's why we had it. And this shows it wasn't yours to start with. But, all right, here's some money, you fucking chumps. Like, and then they go and do something that makes them 10 times more. Because why? Because they thinking, and you not. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it boils down to. And it's not that you're not capable. You're just not trained to think. To break it down, it's like one of the things, and this ain't necessarily got anything to do with Stockholm Syndrome. This has got to do with ignorance. But niggas don't understand what business in today's modern age really is. You know what I'm saying? This is war. Business is the modern, cleaned up version of war, right? And it is the means by which they control. It is the means by which men control the resources that exist on this planet. All right? So, we've been taught this ideology, this model of business where you build a business and you sell it and you cash out. And it's about getting rich and being wealthy, like just you, right? And that's not how they do business. If you pay attention,
They capitalize industries.
they try to corner markets. You know what I'm saying? They try because it's about control. It's not about money, and niggas don't know that. I've noticed.
With it.
Yeah, that's just a tool. It's just a means to an end. It's not about money. Money ain't nothing but a routing system for resources on this planet. If you got a lot of it, a lot of resources will flow your way. If you don't have a lot of it,
It doesn't.
not a lot of resources are gonna flow your way. It's really that simple, but it's not about the money. These niggas don't get it. They running around this shit that's not even real, and niggas don't understand it. So boom, if you conducting business from the proper standpoint, you don't sell your business, because your business is the way that you employ your fellow kinfolk. It's the way that you control land and resources that is on the planet, and then exploit them as well, and capitalize from them, not just now for you to be rich, but in perpetuity for those behind you, and for the purposes of lineage, and for purposes of executing agendas that benefit more than yourself, that go beyond you, that go beyond your lifetime, that go beyond your immediate scope and sphere of influence. And that's why you have things like the Bilderbergs and the Rockefellers and shit like that, because they are operating in business. What happened if Amschel Rothschild just fucking got rich and sold his banking business?
Come on now.
We wouldn't be talking about them. They'd be a non-factor, which is what you niggas be making yourselves. Non-factors. Like, niggas do dumb shit like sell the village water for a big payday and shit, and then when that shit run out, now you a slave to the water that your ancestors drunk from this place. Now you gotta pay some foreigner to drink the same fucking water, cause you just constantly doing stupid shit like that. And you know, the only thing that I can really come up with for the state of how niggas is thinking is like, just y'all just Well, actually, I got a couple theories, but definitely one of them is you just is witchcraft, like, and then this Stockholm syndrome, like you self-hate, white, worshiping white people, you you so traumatized, like our ancestral memories are so traumatized. You don't want no smoke with these people at all. So
Right, like that was one of the biggest things I remember you pointing out before. So we could close it. I like to close it on that one. It's like, um, you niggas, we can be rough and tough and buck with each other, but cops come around and niggas getting checked. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't got much to say, or we just don't got the same smoke. We will go smoke one of each other tonight, tomorrow, right now, but we not riding with the same fervor against you can say the cops or the judges or whatever.
Anything at all that is in opposition to us, that is not us. Like we gotta search and destroy self. One brother put it real well. He's like, "Yo, I wish I could remember his name because he's an elder." But he's like, when you look at a young gang nigga or a young street nigga, and we'll take gang because it's the best example for the particulars of gang culture, particularly the color thing. You see a nigga. You blood, so you wear red. You see a nigga walking down the street wearing blue. You see a person walking down the street wearing blue, right? If it was a white person in a blue suit, you know what I'm saying?
You gonna leave him alone?
9 times out of 10, like, and I know niggas will probably be like, "Nah, fuck that. Anybody would." They'll say that with their mouth, but 9 times out of 10, if you see that happening, y'all niggas gonna just sit there and back down. You know what I'm saying? You might even see a.
He's not a gang member, He's wearing a suit.
Right, exactly. Right. You might even see a black guy, but he's not. He's dressed strangely. You know what I mean? Maybe a blue dashiki or some shit. You might not even fuck with him. Right. But if you see a nigga dressed in blue that's dressed exactly in the style like you, there's like no thought. If it's like a nigga that look like you, got hip hop culture and all of that, and they happen to be wearing blue, like nigga go straight into search and destroy mode, kill at will mode. Like, what is that really saying when you really think about it? If it was an Indian guy wearing a sari, blue sari or some shit, blue sash and shit, you probably not gonna fuck with him.
He might even have a little bit of the print too, cause you know what I'm saying, a little bandana print, the little bandana print shit.
A different culture. Unless maybe Mexican, you fuck with him, but it's like when you really look at it, it's like you looking to kill yourself. You looking to war with yourself. Like, why are we always looking to war with ourselves, brothers? Like, we got to start thinking about this, I need to do the next one on etiquette, because etiquette has a lot to do with it, man. We have to start respecting the men. Fuck all of this shit. We'll get around to dealing with these women. They in a wild state of rebellion. Right now, this is the time for the brothers to work it out. Like, listen, all we got is us now. Like, these bitches done walked off with the enemy now, cause we been so long we ain't got it together. You know what I'm saying? And not even to say that we've been just fucked up all of these hundreds of years. We've had our moments where things was coming together, but that last blow coming in with the 70s, Vietnam, heroin, taking all the jobs like that, they hit us with the perfect storm and shit, crack. You know what I'm saying? It fuck niggas up, right? But we gotta get up now, man. Like, we gotta get up, and we gotta. So a lot of it is getting our sons back, and like what I'm doing here, right? It it's an example, brothers, too. Like, find that boy, cause he probably needs you right at this moment. Cause I know that was the case here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because they take us through a lot, and it's a long road, and you know, then you got to deal with the kids' impression and all of that. But if you can find that boy, find that boy. And that's a pretty good place to stop. I don't know if we all the way stay all the way on this, but I do want to put it out there that, you know, this book is out here. It's actually been selling on its own a bit. Like, people have been digging it in different places and spaces. I'm still trying to figure out, you know, who the fan base is. But like, I'm putting it out there for those who are maybe enjoying the content here. There's more to it. I got the books, I got the music. You know, I'm trying to and the shit. It's not just about shameless self-promotion either, as far as I'm concerned. Like, a lot of y'all need to hear the shit that I'm kicking, because I don't be hearing motherfuckers really kicking it like I be kicking it. And when you listen long enough, you gonna know, like, this is reality. And a lot of shit that we've been taught, programmed with, you know, and don't get me wrong, like, I be saying it in a way, it may be putting you off because I'm really harsh with it, because I've been tasked to put this information, this knowledge, like, Shakespearean language ain't doing it for you niggas. So it need to be put in the savage language that you speak today. Like, so this is what I'm tasked with doing. But it ain't nothing but old school values.
Thanks, yeah.
You do what's right because it makes sense. What's right is right because it makes sense, and it gets you the best outcome for the most people over the greatest amount of time. That's why right is right. It's not just some guy in the sky saying you better, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how y'all be viewing this shit. It ain't about people feelings either. Morality ain't about people feelings. I don't care how strongly you feel like jumping off this goddamn cliff, that don't make sense. We not doing it. And I'll punch you in your face if you try. Like, cause sometimes it be that serious.
You gotta keep moving with us. Come on, we ain't leaving you.
Let's go. Let's go. You heard about that girl that got fell into the volcano and shit, and then the whole, yeah, there's some Brazilian girl, and this shit, it kind of pissed me off. Yeah,
she's alive.
Yeah. Nah, she passed. Unfortunately, they couldn't get to her.
Yeah, I just had to ask. Like,
she didn't pass immediately though. She was like stuck down there for a minute, and they was trying to get her out. And by the final time, so this is what happened, right? And this is kind of what
she crucified in a volcano. That's crazy.
I don't know. I think it was the gases and shit. Like, but I don't know. She was. She fell into a volcano, and she did it like, cause like, first of all, they was hiking on this known difficult volcano trek. So that's number one. It's a known high difficulty hike. Okay, boom. They coming back down.
I don't know about
this young lady decides she's gonna say, I can't go no further. So the guide is like, all right, wait right here. Don't move. And then he goes and take the rest of the people. Now, this is the part that pissed me off, because the first story I see said that the guide abandoned her. And I'm like, damn, this poor man trying to make a living. And then when I read the story, though, what happened was she said she couldn't go no further. He said, all right, hold up, stay right here. I'm gonna go take these people back. I'm gonna come back. He said he came back. She was gone.
Of course, 'cause people don't listen.
So, right
how
then,
long did you think it was gonna take him to bring the people there and come back? Like, come on, you gotta sit there.
Right. So yeah, exactly. So that's my kind of where I was getting. It's like, yo, you don't listen, and why would you walk the fuck off after you said I can't go no further, and then I come back and you gone, and now you in the goddamn volcano. Like, how did this happen?
Did you fall in there?
Like what? Like, goddamn. And
What
then you got the nerve to
destination?
write, yo. And then they got the nerve to write. I know that nigga got dumb heat. Like, you abandoned her on the. No, the bitch said she wasn't. I tried to come back. She left. I didn't. Yo, that shit crazy as
That
hell.
nigga traveler ratings went down and shit.
Well, probably might have fucked that nigga life up, cause she don't want to listen. God
She
damn,
don't
who
wanna
told?
listen.
Matter of fact, bring your ass on. No, you can't sit here. No, you get your ass up. We got to get to the bottom. You crazy as hell.
Yeah.
You gonna end up in this volcano. Get your ass no. You knew this shit was hard. Come on, like, and that's what I mean about like. That father energy. It's like, nah, bitch, you can't sit here. No, because you're going to fuck around and die. Get your ass on. Let's go.
Yep.
But I'm a bad guy if I say that, too, even if it saved her life. And this is what I don't like about this world right now, bro. Like,
Right.
come on, yo. I can't. You going to throw a temper tantrum. Okay. And
You in that
grown
volcano.
people, yeah, like that's what people don't understand. Grown people that still have grown people temper tantrums break shit.
They destroy
Shit.
things.
They destroy things. Grown people temper tantrums destroy things. So you have to grow up in life, like you really do, cause the stakes get higher. You know, you over here talking about you can't go no more. We on a volcano. No, that's not an option.
We're on the
Let's
edge of
go.
the volcano.
Let's
This shit's
let's go.
shaking you, and you fall right in.
Like this shit is smoking right now. Let's go. Get up. Get up. But yeah, we gonna end it there. I want to take it.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you know, condolences to the family. I know you may not, if probably never hear this shit. Probably never ever hear this shit. But
Hopefully,
if somehow you do, you know, don't take how I'm talking crazy, because that's just the reality, and it don't matter how you feel about how I'm saying it. Like, if someone up there would have did that, she'd be here today. All right.
That's all we got for y'all, man.
That's all we
You know,
got for you, man. Yo,
yeah,
Father,
hold it
Son,
down.
Trolley Ghost. Oh, like, comment, subscribe,
Get that book.
throw some energy
Come on.
this way. You
You know
know,
what I'm
I
saying?
see.
That,
Get that
what
book,
was you gonna
man.
say? Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say.
no, I was just saying, like, I see, you know, the motherfuckers be watching and shit and all of that. Religiously comment, nigga, like something, nigga, help the shit, you know, help the brothers, man. It's not that much shit, and niggas is doing something worthwhile,
Yeah.
and you know, everybody try to support each other, but you know, you gotta be doing something too, right? So that being said, you know, if it is that you are enjoying the content and that sort of thing, then show it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling nobody that don't enjoy it or whatever. You ain't got to show it, but for those who is, like, do that.
We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, because I do that. If I like something somebody's doing, I'm gonna throw something out there, let them know. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Father, Son, the Trolley Ghost, y'all. We out.
We out of here. Peace.